What's going on, guys? I'm back with some more Minnesota Vikings franchise and an episode that everybody is always looking forward to. Of course, the off-season here in Season 5 now, following a 7-9 season. We take a look at how our players have progressed over the season, and Keyshawn Terry is now our highest rated player at a 95 overall, and yes, you can see right there, Adrian Peterson is starting to slow down. 93 overall, Jared Allen, 83 overall. Our two defensive tackles we're liking right now, Phil Taylor and Louis Nix III. Nix had a good rookie season. He started once we traded away Kevin Williams. He had a couple of sacks, or 1.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He was a solid player. And then we have Chad Greenway, who's also towards the end of his career now, getting up there in age as well. So we have to go out, we have to sign a training staff, and we're going to go ahead and make sure we get one. And this guy's going to help our left guards in the run block footwork. And then we get a special teams coach here that we up the ante here, and we get him to accept. And he has a pretty good attribute bonus for us once we sign him. And so now we're off to the retirements, and so we'll see who's out of the league now. And for the Minnesota Vikings, we are now without Matt Burke, Jim Kleinsasser, and Adrian Wilson. Nothing too unexpected here. I expected these three guys to retire, and I knew that getting Matt Burke and Adrian Wilson, I was really just trying to get some free agents to hopefully make a Super Bowl run. But obviously that did not go so well. We had a lot of close game losses, though, especially in that 4-game losing streak that was truly detrimental to our season. And you can see the rest of the retirements on that last screen. And now we're here for re-signing Christian Ponder, Jamel Fleming, Chad Greenway, and Percy Harvin headline our expiring contracts. And despite a big backlash against this in the live stream, I re-signed Christian Ponder. I like Christian Ponder in this series, and we get Jamel Fleming locked up for a 6-year deal, so he's likely going to be a Viking for most of his career. And then Percy Harvin, signed him, as well as Chad Greenway, a 2-year deal because he's on the downswing. He's only an 84 overall right now. I'm pretty sure after 2 seasons he would be probably in the mid-70s. And then Ryan Lilja, we give him a 1-year deal just for some depth at left guard because that was one of our main focuses this offseason. Jeremiah Johnson, also Leroy Reynolds back a few screens, Marcus Hancock, Skylar Bailey for center depth, because he had better stats or better ratings than Brandon Fusco. But in this offseason, I wanted to go for a left guard, a center, and try to get an emerging linebacker maybe on the outside because Chad Greenway is towards the end of his career. And of course, I moved him to a middle linebacker a couple of seasons ago. So I was looking at a guy named Diamond Tate. I don't know if he's any relation to Golden Tate, but I had to go for him based off a name pretty much. Looking at a couple of receivers here, one of the things I wanted to do, though, was I didn't want to draft 2 receivers because I've been drafting too many skill position guys because it's fun to do. It's fun to have rookie receivers and stuff. But I think I've had some pretty poor draft classes. And so you can see here this Cassius Stevens guy's got 97 speed. Not sure what his overall is, but he's a low or is a late round projection, 6th rounder. And then obviously offensive lineman. So we go to free agent bidding now, and people are like, go for Ryan Lindley. He's a 95 overall quarterback. The best player I've seen go on the free agent market in Madden 12, period. So I was not going to go for my re-signed Christian Ponder. It was not going to happen. I did put a bid on Chris Dealman at guard because I was just looking for someone who could hold it down at least for a season. And then for centers, there's not really a whole lot there. Only one guy that's an 80 overall, and it's Sean O'Hara, and he's way too old. Quandon Christian here, this outside linebacker, 81 speed. I was really looking at awareness because I know it's an important rating, especially on these sliders, and I put a bid on him for a 4-year deal. He's the type of guy I want in this defense, even if he's only a C potential. I have a lot of C potential linebackers that make impact plays. Leroy Reynolds, TJ Stripling, and Jelani Jenkins, they do just fine for me. You can see here all these right outside linebackers, guys like Terrell Suggs and Tamba Ali. It's crazy once you get a few years deep into your franchises and you see all these guys that are going to be free agents and they're on the downswings of their careers. And then we put a bid on DJ Green, that strong safety. Kendrick Moye, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, to be honest, but if you guys could help me out, that'd be great. I got him because I wanted a blocking tight end. I have Rudolph and Corliss. I want to get a blocking tight end in there now. And then I also put a bid on Monty Ball, actually, because I decided to make some competition for Toby Gerhart. He's got better speed. He's got good trucking. He's a 77 overall running back. So I think Toby Gerhart versus Monty Ball is going to be the battle in training camp. And you can see I missed out on Quandon Christian because I was looking at other players. And Peyton Manning finally retired in this series, and the Colts go out and sign Ryan Lindley. So in real life, no more Peyton Manning. Okay, we'll get Andrew Luck. In the game, okay, here's a 95 overall quarterback. Come on, the Colts can't always have good quarterbacks. It's not fair. So we end up taking 5 guys, but I still want to look for the same 2 offensive line positions in the NFL draft once we get to that point. But now individual workouts, looking at some centers here, some late rounders as well. This Dylan Davis, I looked at him, Austin Saunders, Nevin Jefferson, looking at guys all the way throughout the draft. Diamond Tate, but I picked, my first pick would be 10th in the 2nd round because I traded my 1st round pick for Larry Fitzgerald, of course. And so you can see here in the individual workouts, Dylan Davis is 5th round center. He has A potential. He's over an 80 overall. And we also found a couple other players with A potential. And then this 2nd round center there, he's a bust. We know that right now. So I am glad I chose to scout those 2 guys. I kind of got lucky there picking those 2 exactly. I think I was judging it based off the run block and pass block ratings because I had a bunch of them unlocked. And then here's this Diamond Tate guy, but he's definitely a 3-4 backer with those kind of coverage ratings. So I probably shouldn't go for him, but I wanted to see how he's going to be anyway. So we'll fast forward now, guys, to the NFL draft. We're going to try to shape this team and try to get something going here in season 6. And I decided to see if I could get any offers for Vontaze Burfict and Percy Harvin, just to see what I could get offers for. And I got nothing. So we're going to go ahead now to the NFL draft. You can see a couple tackles taken early, a right end, a quarterback, a receiver, and an outside linebacker. Diamond Tate was taken in the top 10. Pretty much, he's a B potential linebacker. He's decent. Probably not worthy of a top 10 pick at all. His value is probably late 1st, early 2nd, now that I know his ratings. And so, what am I going to do here with my first pick in the draft? I'm looking at outside linebackers. There's absolutely nothing for me to take here that's even valued in the first 3 rounds. But we have Austin Saunders. He's a projected 3rd round. His 97 strength, A potential. He is a plug-and-play left guard. He's a 3rd round prospect, but you know what? I know what Austin Saunders is, and there's 9 picks in the 3rd round before I would even get to pick. You don't take that risk right there, I don't think. I mean, my strategy in here, I was going to take the sure bets, even if they were projected low. So we go to the 3rd round here. Here's a 5th round projected center. But what do I know of this 5th round projected center, who is the 2nd best center remaining? He's an 80 overall. He has A potential. He's a plug-and-play center on the weakest position overall on my football team. So I could go with him. I could go for Marcus DeBoeb there. But I'm going with Dylan Davis. 5th round projected in the 3rd round. That's a terrible value pick right there. But guess what? I got 2 A potential offensive linemen with my first 2 picks. And now the rest of the draft, I can pretty much do whatever I want because there's not really any other glaring holes. I have other players that may be weak at certain positions, but the offensive line interior was a glaring hole last year. The glaring holes, they're now filled. I can do whatever I want with the rest of the draft, and that was my strategy. Even if it wasn't great value, I didn't want to take any chances. I was taking the 2 guys that I needed, 2 A potential rookie plug-and-play offensive linemen. I think it was a great strategy, even if I could have done something different with the draft. Oh well, whatever. I got Marcus DeBoeb with my next 4th round pick, and now in the 5th round, they wanted me to look at quarterbacks, but I didn't want to draft a quarterback. I just re-signed Christian Ponder. He's not even that old. Then I was looking at receivers to see what was available, and of course, Cassius Stevens. He's a slot receiver build, 97 speed, a burner, could play special teams, slot receiver, but we do have Percy Harvin. But not if I go and trade him to the New York Jets for a 3rd round draft pick. And that's exactly what I did. Percy Harvin has regressed a little bit in this franchise. He has like a low 90 speed. And so I decided, you know what? Even if Cassius Stevens has low potential, if he can play slot receiver with 97 speed and contribute on special teams, I think he makes more of an impact with that kind of speed on offense. So we're going to take the risk going with Cassius Stevens to replace Percy Harvin. Then in the 6th round, we got Joshua Montgomery here, a left guard. Just looking for some depth here. I was just kind of just looking for some depth overall in the rest of the draft. And so now Nigel Montgomery, you get his brother, I guess, I don't know, strong safety, because I want some competition there. It's going to be Taylor Mays, a Sean Clinton Dix, this Montgomery kid at safety, as well as DJ Green, whom I picked up in the free agency period of this episode. So you can see here my overall draft, an 84 overall lineman, an 80 overall lineman, both A potential plug-and-play stars with 95 plus strength. I'm excited for these guys. I'm excited to see our interior line this year and hopefully be a lot better than last year. We'll see what the rest of the players, but you know what? They graded us a D+ because I went and overdrafted 3. Oh, I know Cassius Stevens and the 2 linemen I took were all overdrafted, but oh well. And then I couldn't trade away Colin Kaepernick, and so I cut him, and I told people in the stream I would go ahead and sign a backup quarterback for him. They wanted Michael Vick. and I overpaid for him so I could get him in a Vikings uniform to satisfy some of the subscribers that I had in the live stream, but they also want to see me get Russell Wilson, so I decided, you know what, Vic can be the backup for one season, and then I'll just get Russell Wilson on here. And I don't know how long the series is going to go, guys, so I just keep playing like it's never going to end. And I'm not sure how I want to do the preseason, because I want to get it over and done with pretty much, because we're almost to Madden 13, and I'm not going to end this series as soon as Madden 13 starts or anything, but I do definitely want to get through one more season at least, and I want to, what do you guys want to see for the preseason? Should I live stream it all and just try to get it over with? Should I just play it and try to put it all in one episode and just put highlights in and just make it like a longer video just to get to the regular season sooner? Let me know what you guys want to see, but that is the off season. Let me know what you think about it. My draft strategy was absolutely terrible, but the execution was pretty good. I got 2 starters in the offensive line. I'm happy with it. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about the video. Leave some feedback. Leave a like on the video, please. I'll see you guys next time. Season 6, by the way.